Okay, this is supposed to go live at 2 o'clock, but it just keeps messing up the schedule somehow on this on the app. So let me just quickly talk about moving a sink. I showed in a previous video this same location. Now you see it as the wall is removed, as the drywall is removed from it. You can see there's no insulation. Well, this is blown down from the attic, and so it stopped there at this cross member and didn't quite make it around. Some of it blew through a little port here and made it down, very minuscule amount. This electric was also over here. This box was right here, and it was nailed in first, and then this was put in secondarily. This was not insulated. This was a um, vanity mirror, and there was two escutcheon lights, sconches. I'm sorry, getting two words mixed up. My sconce lights, or a sconce lights, is on the wall. Um, Now I want to show you the electric, how these two work together. The power source comes in here, and that's where it comes out of. It comes into here, feeds this one receptacle, sconce light, comes out, comes around down here, and powers this continuously hot. This is so you can turn them on individually. Continuously hot because they tied them, the neutrals and also the hots together. And that's where they pigtail off. I'm sorry, that's where they, where they crimp off and come down over to here. This pigtails off here to feed a receptacle that was there, and also the light. This receptacle had just a non-grounded outlet, which you really don't receptacle, which you don't want in a bathroom without a GFI. Now we go to this. This is already capped off, and I was telling you guys about siphonage. So water stays in this trap. Let me switch the phone around a little bit. Water is always sitting in this. Great. Water is trying to hold the phone and talk at the same time. Water is always sitting in this trap, so gases can't come up and make its way through the sink, and you smell them, and toxic, and literally can kill you sometimes. So sometimes if you have a sink sitting like this for a while, you have to maintain water into it. It can evaporate. But now this doesn't have a vent. Now this is like a air brake, if you will. In theory, it can put air back into here and work for a little bit until it siphons this air out if it would. But all these years, it had some gurgling, as I understand, but no smells coming through. So this actually worked for a while, and it's totally plugged off. So it's not like a Studer vent. And I'll show you a Studer vent in just a moment that allows air to come through. Also, this is not above what they call the flood rim of the sink. This ideally would have been, or Studer vent would have been up here. The flooding, if the sink was ever to overfill, it would go into the floor. At that point, that's the flood line, and you want to put your vent above that. No water will be coming out of here because it will be coming out of the sink first, unless you had some serious stoppage. That's not typical at all. Back to this guy here. So this is what they were using for venting. Now, if it was able to pull out all the water out of here when the drain comes down through siphoning, through suction, it would pull the water out of this trap, and you would get, or at least enough to break it, to lower it, because water can still come by if odors can still come by if you have your water below here, because air would still come around top of the water and back out again. So water must be maintained above this line right here. So it's always making a seal. Now, water just doesn't go down a pipe. When it comes to here, it just doesn't go, whoa, like it's jumping off a building. It actually scores. It goes around the walls of the pipe. And that's why if you ever cut open the pipe, you'll see a lot of times, if you see corrosion, you'll see it on all the buildup on the entire walls, because it scores. It's called scoring, like this, around the walls as it goes down. you want scoring. You just don't want it to drop. If it were to drop, then you would have, say, solids from, say, defecation, shit. It would fall, and then your toilet paper and fluids might fall and hit where it hits the turn to go into the next rest of the part of the drainage system. It could back up right there. But if they flow together, you get scoring action. So your toilet tissue and your solids and your water, they flow together, scoring down the pipe. Now they have these low efficiency toilets, these high efficiency toilets, low water usage. They're counting on with that as a factor, with a factor of, let me put it this way, they're counting on you washing your hands after you use the toilet. Literally, after you use the toilet, they want you to wash your hands because that extra water that you're rinsing down this pipe will get to that same pipe and clean it out. The extra water will give it the extra backup to finish the cleaning of the pipe, if you will, because there's really not enough water in those low meter toilets to, you're going to be asking for it if you don't wash your damn hands. All right. So, washing your hands contributes to clean pipes. How's that? While I'm here, I might just show you the floor. Look at how they did the floor. They gutted it. Insulation goes in, foam insulation. Now, this will be a couple of stages here because you can't remove the radiator with the cold temperatures right now. So this to get the electric moved, the insulation put on, and the plumbing addressed with the Studevent. I'm sorry, I guess I won't be showing you. I will be showing you Studevent. Give me a second. It's in the other room. Give me a sec. Bear with me. Okay, so Studevent. This is another shower operation going in, right? So you guys can appreciate that. Here's where the new sink will go here. Flip it around. Well, that looks funny. Hey, it looked like an egg. Wait a minute, if I go near the end, for photography reasons, if I go near the end, it will distort even more. Look. These camera lenses, they distort on the edges, look. I mean, hello. They said, no, I look like that. Did you tell me? Yep, now you know. All right, I can't resist. I'm a practical joker. All right, so here we go. All right, look. I crack myself up. This is what the back of it looks like in a box. And now this one is further in, so you don't have to use a nail plate for it because it will be shy of 1 5/8 screws. Look at those hands, boy. So this is a Studevent. It will allow, it's above the flood line of the sink. That is not the height of the sink. That can be cut. This is just dry fitted. The water is inside here at this point. And also the Studevent's on. So what's kind of cool is you flush the toilet, which is here. They had it too close. They had the other sink over here. So you sat down on top of yourself, basically. So that doesn't really work, does it? So, okay, so, and we have another one of these crazy walls. But now everything's being, but this time they vent it fully through the roof. That's vented through the roof. So that's great. That vent acts as the vent for this toilet, that tub, And this will act as a vent for the sink only, pretty much. As it makes its way down, it's going to ask for air. It will get the air from the compartment in here. Now, if you seal this off totally, you won't be able to grab air, but there's air that's going to come through there. Air will pressurize and make its way into all these compartments. If once the floor is closed, it will still find air. It won't become a vacuum. Nevertheless, I still like to have a little register vent. I put at the top to make it look like it's an air vent. A AC unit vent, but it's not. It's really a vent for a Studer. Okay, just covers any issues because this will get foamed in, which might create a tight enough seal that you could get future issues with this. And in the video, hope this was helpful for you guys. And ask anything you want.